Cool. All right, cool. So we are recording. So first and foremost, I definitely want to thank everybody for getting on the call. I appreciate you guys for taking the time out. I know we got other people who are doing three-way calls. I know we got other people who are actually, just hopping off some other calls and stuff like that. So we know some people will actually be coming in soon and later, right? But I just want to thank everybody for getting on the call. I appreciate you guys so much. And you guys are in for a treat. We got somebody, we got a guest speaker who, I've really been watching him for a while, right? And, he's somebody that you can actually model your game after, right? And I think we all look to go ahead and receive and, really go ahead and, really transition into that person that you really want to be. And when we started talking about big faith, last month, right? We started transitioning and we started moving and speaking the same language. We started moving and speaking the same language. And we saw an abundance happen. We saw the GV go up, right? And it just continued. We had new family members coming. We had new success stories, right? We had all these things because we all were speaking the same language of big faith, right? And then we had April, right? The start of the second quarter. And it was just something on my heart. It was just something that laid on my mind. And it said, this month is going to be the overflow month. This month is going to go ahead and be the overflow month, right? And, we started to say it in the group chats. We started to say it on Instagram. We started to, drop the wave in there because we understand that if we all speak at the same language, right, we're going to go ahead and receive it, right? So tonight, I really just want everybody to just receive the message. I want you to receive the overflow. And it wasn't nobody better, to speak on a topic of overflow, to speak on a topic of faith, to have some alignment with those things, to really have somebody go ahead and embody that. And this person, he definitely embodied that. I'll give you guys just a few words of wisdom, before I go ahead and pass it over to our guest speaker, because I really want you guys to go ahead and receive this message tonight, right? One thing I will say is please turn your cameras on, don't settle, right? Please turn your cameras on, don't settle, right? Have the pen and pads out, right? Have that level of respect, receive the overflow. Turn your camera on, receive the overflow, right? Receive it, right? Because the only thing that settles is dust, right? So we're not going to sit here and settle. We're going to be in full alignment tonight with what's really going on, right? And we're going to receive this that's coming, right? So what I will tell you guys, right, is, hold on, we got the alarm going off, right? This is definitely going to be your best year yet, right? This year can be your best year yet if you participate in it. Let me say that again. This can be your best year yet if you participate in it, right? What are the things of being able to participate? It's action, right? Right? Showing up, right? Clicking the links, getting on the trainings, right? You don't want to leave 2020, even through, what we're actually going through right now with this C word, right? You don't want to go ahead and not give it your all during this time. You don't want to not grow during this time. You don't want to look back and see everybody go ahead and catch the overflow and you didn't receive it. You don't want to do that. You want to take full action and you want to participate in this overflow that's about to happen. That is happening right now, right? You got to have the same expectation just as Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, you feel it in your heart. You know exactly what you wanted. You know exactly what you wanted. You told mom, you told dad, you told whoever was getting you those things, right? And you had that expectation of you were going to receive it. And then guess what? You woke up the next day and you received it, right? We need you to receive this the same way, right? And then the topic is perfect with overflow for the simple fact that with overflow, what happens? What happens when you have one cup and you have another cup and you pour something into it, right? You pour something into it. You pour some water and it's already filled up and it overflows, right? You're receiving it in an abundance now. Now you're receiving it in abundance, and a lot of times you're gonna receive things that's unexpected, but you got to be ready for it, right? How many times you guys poured some juice inside and you wasn't looking and it just overflowed. You wasn't ready. This is the time to prepare yourself to be ready for that overflow that's about to happen. Pay attention to the signs that's going on. Pay attention to what's going on. The success is here. The success is right in front of you, right? We got to be able to transform that energy and help people become better, right? There's people that's going to come in here. They're going to have a high expectation. You got to set the expectation. You got to pour into them. You got to transfer your energy and what you learn and be able to teach that, right? Writing things down, right? Expecting your goals to happen. It's going to happen in an abundant way, right? What if I'm fully coachable? What if I'm fully coachable and I submit? What can happen? What can happen if I'm fully coachable and I fully submit? Can overflow happen in my life? Can overflow happen in my business? Can overflow happen for my family? Can overflow happen for my business partners? You got to be ready to receive that, right? There's a tip that if you missed it, it's not what if, it's be fully coachable and submit, and you're going to receive the overflow. That's the answer. The answer is there. The signs is there. It's there already, right? Like I said, this will be your biggest year yet if you participate in it, right? So, I'm not going to go ahead and take all the time because you guys hear from me a lot, but I really want to bring somebody who's near and dear to my heart, who I actually worked and I see him demonstrate the act of faith. I seen him go through the act of faith. I seen him apply the action, the knowledge, and all the components of a representation of having big faith, of a representation of experiencing overflow, right? So I want to go ahead and I want to get our guest speaker on. This is somebody who, he's literally leading a movement, right? He's helping people who are not even in his organization. He's a servant leader, despite the income, right? The lives he's been able to impact, the lives he's been able to touch with the words that he speaks, how he articulates certain things. I need everybody to be patient. I need you to receive the information. I need you to have your pen and pad out and really receive this information. Give him your undivided attention. We don't have the chat because we do have some people who will be messing around in the chat. But when he comes in, if he asks you for a thumbs up, I need everybody to be fully compliant because he took the time out of his day to pour into us tonight, right? So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to my brother, somebody that I also look at as a mentor as well. My brother, Chairman 50, Riyahd Jones. So let me go ahead and unmute you, brother. And let me find you. If you can unmute yourself, brother.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I have one request, bro. I need the chat box. You need the chat box.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Let me go ahead and that'd be perfect because I feed off everybody else's energy as we go through. So if you can get that for us, bro, that'd be awesome. I hope everybody's doing well. As he's doing that, I just introduced you to myself. My name is Riyahd Jones. I'm 26 years old. Been an entrepreneur now for 3.5 years. Been a part of IML or I am since September 2017. So it hasn't been officially 3 years yet, but I've been enjoying it, loving every single minute of it. What I love about it the most, man, is the community, the people that you get to meet, faces that you probably would have never met before doing anything else, but you meet great people like C. John, man. Thank you so much for having me on the call so I can pour and just give the things that God has given me to give. God has graced me to a point where not only do I understand faith, but he's graced me to a point where I can teach it. So I'm not here to step on any toes religion-wise, but I just do want to give great points on what I believe that you guys' movement is built on. He asked me to talk about faith and overflow and things of that sort. And I'm excited to do that because I literally watch what happened to my organization when we all start speaking one language, when we start all believing in one common goal, one vision, and just speaking the same things. Man, there's power that goes into the universe when you have a bunch of people speaking the same exact thing. So if Overflow and Big Faith, if that's the movement, if that's the language, everybody, you want to be speaking that. Because again, there's something that gets created with your words. See, people don't understand how powerful our words are because they don't understand who we truly are, right? Again, first we were created in spirit, and then the physical body showed up, right? And when we were created in the spirit, we had dominion, power, rule over everything with our words, with our language, right? But a lot of us don't really understand that, right? A lot of us don't really understand how powerful our words are, and our words carry weight. So when you're speaking things, you got to understand how powerful that stuff truly is, guys. So, CJ, how we come with the chat box?
Give me 1 second. I think we're good. Let me see if we can go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and give me 1 second.
All right, cool. So just kind of get us going as we kind of go through. I'll just go ahead and get moving in the topic.
Got you.
I don't want to take up too much of anybody's time tonight. So, man, guys, again, welcome to the call. If you just checked in, we went on CJ to get the chat box, right? But I'm excited to be here, man. He's tasked me to talk about the topic of faith and things of that sort. And I want to do that because he said, before I came up, he said that this is going to be your biggest year yet, but you got to participate. That's what he said. He said, this is going to be your biggest year, but you have to participate. Now, the question is, okay, how do I participate? How do I participate in this promise that's been spoken over me, right? And I participate through my faith because action is a byproduct of faith, right? Action is a byproduct of faith. See, when you see somebody working and showing the plan and grinding and really out here moving and grooving, building a business, they're doing that because of their high level of faith. They saw something that everybody else has not seen yet. And because they saw something, they're willing to put in the work to the thing that they can't see physically, but they can see it spiritually. That's what faith truly is, guys. Faith is complete trust in something that you can't see. It's the assurance, right? Assurance. When I think about assurance, I think about like a title deed. I think about a receipt, confirmation. And when you think about a title deed, a receipt, or confirmation, this is a piece of paper that has words. Remember how important words are. It has words written down on the piece of paper. If I see a confirmation letter, it's words on that letter. If I see a receipt, it's words on that piece of paper. If I see a title deed, it's words on that title deed. So faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So my receipt to prove that I really believe are the visions, the goals that I've taken from my head and I put them down on paper, right? See, it doesn't work. Faith doesn't work when it sits in your head. Faith doesn't work when it sits in your thought. Faith only is activated as you begin to speak and you begin to take action. That's the only time faith is activated. It's not, oh, I'm saying that I have faith and I'm sitting down on my couch doing nothing. I got to speak it and I got to take action, right? So faith is not a wish. Faith isn't optimism, right? Faith is complete trust in something or someone. That person, that someone for me, his name is God. And I truly believe that the strength of a person's faith is only as strong as the credibility of the person that they're putting it in. So the credibility of the person that I put my faith in is somebody who I believe is trustworthy. So I'm willing to put complete trust in him to give me Chairman 10, to give me Chairman 25, to give me Chairman 50. And I didn't understand this stuff. Listen to me, my fellow family. I didn't understand this stuff until I hit chairman and I lost it, right? So my story is I went chairman in 5 months, second network marketing company, had 1 year of experience with chairman in 5 months, lost it in, I think, 4 months, went down from, went to platinum 5,000, then went to platinum 2,000. My rent in my condo was $3,300 a month. So I'm really battling. I'm like, man, you told me I was going to be successful. I wrote down these dreams, goals, and affirmations. I wrote down I was going to be a chairman 100 by X, Y, and Z. And I don't see the manifestation of it. I don't see it happening. Matter of fact, everything that I wrote down, my life looks completely opposite. I'm facing eviction. I'm facing a repossession. The car ended up getting repossessed. I'm facing all this negativity, right, that the world may not see, but inside, this is what I'm battling with, and I'm believing you to come through for me because that's what faith is. It's complete trust. right? So I'm going through this process and I began to say, man, I need to learn what this faith stuff actually means, because there's more to it than what I just see in a success book. There's more to it than what I just hear people say, right? I need to really figure out what this stuff really means. And what I've came to understand is that faith is the creation of everything that you're going to manifest in your life. It's the creation of everything supernatural. Faith is the creation of the overflow. It's the catalyst of the overflow. See, overflow can't happen without first having faith. Because overflow is literally an abundance. It's running over. I have a bottle of water in my hand, and if it was overflow, it'd be water coming out of the bottle. The capacity of the bottle is not big enough to contain the overflow. Right? So it's going to take a lot of faith to believe that my capacity can be fully stretched, and I can have things that I've never had before. I can go places that I've never been before. I can do and have things that nobody in my family has ever had before. All of that takes faith. But what's so important for faith is exposure. That's what's important for faith. See, exposure is important for faith. And everybody in this company is blessed because we've been exposed, right? You want to write that in your notes. I have been exposed. And God will never expose you to something that you cannot have. He only exposes it to you so that you can believe that you can have it. That's the only reason you'll be exposed to it. He only exposes it to you, right? So he can put it in the atmosphere that can happen for you. Now, will it happen for you? That's based on you. But the idea that it can happen should make you really excited. That should make you so excited that there are 22-year-olds and 23-year-olds becoming multimillionaires. It should make you really excited that you have people, a part of your investment group, that are making thousands of dollars trading every single day. You have been exposed. And the mind is like a trash bag. Once it's been expanded past its current form, it can never go back. Because you've been exposed, you can't go back to thinking how you used to think. Because you've been exposed, you can't desire the things that you used to have. Because you've been exposed to people like Gustavo making crazy money trading, you can't just settle where you are. You can't just settle at your job, because God will let you live on whatever level you choose to settle for. He exposed you to this, but he'll let you settle here if you choose to stay there. It's your responsibility to participate in the promise through your faith. And action is a byproduct of faith. See, you can't have faith without action. They work hand in hand. Matter of fact, faith is only provable through your action. It's only provable through you showing the plan. It's only provable through you actually working the business. But you've been exposed. And again, the exposure is so important because it shows you like a preview of what can happen for your life. If he did it for him, he'd do it for you. If he did it for her, he'd do it for you. And this is what I'm telling myself as I'm working on fortifying my faith when I go from Chairman 10 back to P2000. Because here's the deal. God can't take you where your character and your faith cannot sustain you. You can't go where your character can't sustain you. And
chat box good.
Chat box is good. You said the chat box is good. So if the chat box is good, talk to me in the chat box. Let me know that I don't see the chat box, but maybe y'all do. Anywho, so the process is literally meant to work on your character, to get you to develop to that person that you need to be for the goals and everything to manifest. Because if who you are today was good enough to have the goal would have already showed up. If who you are today was good enough to possess the goal would have already shown up. It would already be here. But that should make you understand that maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe my character is not good enough. Maybe I don't really understand the charts like I thought I did, because if I did, I would be making the money that I think I should really make. That's why you got to understand the importance of process. See, everything is going to have a process. I order a pair of shoes. The shoes won't get here till next week. And then the shoes are immediately going to go into processing. But what keeps me safe, what keeps me alert, what keeps me cool as I await my shoes is the fact that I have my receipt to prove that the shoes are really on the way. That's why you got to have something written down, your receipt, to prove that, man, I don't know when the shoes are coming. I don't know when Chairman is coming. I don't know when 6 figures in the bank account is coming, but I have faith to believe that the overflow is on the way. All right. So again, guys, faith is very important. It's the essence, it's the genesis, it's the beginning of everything that you want, guys. And when you truly believe that the desires in your heart is already fulfilled, that's when it's going to manifest. When you truly begin to believe that the things that you want, the desires in your heart, they're going to manifest, that's when it begins to happen for you. Because you've been exposed. You got faith for what you've been exposed to, and you really believe that this desire, the things that you've seen, you believe that it's possible for you. You believe that it's manifesting for you right now. That's when it begins to happen. Here's the deal, guys. There's nothing on this earth that you cannot have. Nothing. The challenge is getting your faith and your belief to a point where you actually believe it. When you actually believe that, you know what, I am a chairman. I am a six-figure trader. I do successfully read and understand charts. That's when it really begins to happen for you. You got to understand that desire that's in your heart for that goal, it doesn't even come from you. Like this is when everything changed for me. This right here is when everything changed for me, because this is when I became invincible. Let me rephrase that. This is when my faith became invincible. Because remember, faith is the starting point of all things supernatural. The overflow, it starts with faith, right? The desires in your heart, this is when it changed for me. When I realized that the desires in my heart did not come from me. Listen, if you catch it, it's over. You got to understand that the desire that's in your heart does not come from you. Let me break down the word desire. You have two words in there, right? You have duh, which means of or from if you break the word down. And then you have sire. If you've ever dealt with dogs before, you understand that the sire is the male dog. Nod your head if you're with me, because I can see a couple people. Nod your head if you understand that. Boom. So duh, of, or from. Sire means father, male. Desire means put together. It means from the father. When I found out that desire that was burning on the inside of me for success, six figures, chairman, and all that, when I realized that that didn't come from me, it came from the Father, it was over. Because I said, wait a minute, that means he wants me to have it. Somebody out there in the universe, the world, God wants me to have what's in my heart. All I got to do is prepare, participate, and do the work that's required to get the goal that I desire. Because it's already done. See, that's what already done means. When people say it's already, that's what it means. That's what already done means. It's already done in spirit. It's already done for you by someone. The only thing that you're doing is participating, waiting on it to manifest. But the question is, have you been participating, and are you even prepared for what you're praying for? Are you prepared to make six figures? Are you prepared for everything that comes with being a chairman? Like, see, a lot of people think they're ready, but they're not ready for the backside of what comes with leadership. So you got to deal with people when you get into leadership, more people's problems, people's challenges, people's impatience, people's negativity. Are you ready for all of that? Is your character ready for all of that? That's what the process is for. That's what the process is for. Because again, guys, there's nothing on earth that you can't have, because faith makes it all possible for you. Matter of fact, faith makes you an anomaly. You want to write that down. That's a bar. Faith makes you an anomaly. Faith sets you apart from everybody else that don't have it. It's easy to see or hear somebody's level of faith as soon as you get around them, because it's based on the words that are coming out of their mouth. It's based on the activity that they're doing. It's easy to see when somebody doesn't have faith. See, if I were to ask you to show me your calendar book, I'll be able to see if you really have faith. I'll be able to see. It'll all be based on your calendar. See, this is April, and every day since April has started, since we've been in quarantine, we've been showing the plan like 3-4 times a day. Why? Because I've saw something that I'm looking to speed up to my reality. I saw something in spirit that I believe is 100% fact for me. It's 100% tangible. I just have to do the work to bring it down from spirit, my mind, to the physical world. See, everything in life is created 3 times. It's first once created in your mind, then it's created when you write it down, and then it's created when it actually manifests into reality. But see, faith makes it possible for you to actually do that kind of stuff, because faith sets you apart from everybody else. See, a lot of people on this call right now, I'm not going to say a lot, maybe some, because it's a numbers game. See, some of us on this call right now, when people talk about this kind of stuff, we think it has to be something else. We don't think that that's enough. We don't think that, oh, it can't be that. It has to be something else. It has to be X, Y. No, it's this. When you see somebody working and grinding and showing the plan, it's because they saw something that you haven't saw yet. It's because they believe in this invisible, and they have every belief that me believing in the invisible is going to create the incredible. They believe that because I can see something in my mind, that's God showing me that I can have it in my hand, but there's a participation, a way of participation that I got to bring. I said something on my Instagram yesterday. It's on my page. And it was a quick clip I made. And basically what it says was that there's more in store for you. And I want you to think about your favorite store: Gucci, Saks Fifth, Amazon, Fashion Nova, wherever you may shop at. And when you go into the store, whether it's an online store or a physical store, you can go into the store and you can just begin to pick and choose whatever you want. You can pick the Gucci loafers. You can pick, the YSL bag. You can pick the hat. You can pick whatever you want. No matter, because the owner has already paid the price for the stuff to be there. That was a bar if you caught that one. The price was already paid for everything to be there. You ain't got to do nothing for the stuff to be in the store. All you got to do is go pick what you want. So you go pick chairman. You go pick six-figure trader. You go pick, 5-bedroom home. You go pick, the Bentley, the Maserati. You go pick whatever you want. And then you got to take your buggy. You got to take your shopping cart. You got to take your shopping bag. You got to go to the counter. But when you get to the counter, the things that you pick, you can't make your payment with a debit card. The payment is going to be faith. It's going to be you believing that if I just stay committed enough. It's going to be you believing that if I keep showing the plan. It's going to be you believing that if I keep working day in and day. It's going to be you believing if I keep getting on Go Live and listening to Abel Melendez and Wealthy Pips and all these. It's going to be you believing that if I keep listening to Chris Derrick. It's going to be you believe I should stay committed to what I can't physically see. One day I'm going to see what I saw in spirit. That's the payment that you got to make consistently. You don't make the payment one time to get what's in store for you. You got to constantly show up to the store and make the payment every single day. Because when something is worth having, we'll go back to the store to get it. See, when the shoes are really worth having, we'll save up and go back to the store to get them. When the home is worth having, we'll save up and go back to the mortgage lender and say, I'm ready. If the goal and the dream and the vision is worth having, you will stack your faith and go back to the counter and say, I'm ready. You'll keep doing that. When nobody shows up, you'll keep doing it. When people leave the business, you will keep showing up. When people leave your team and join somebody else in the same organization, you will keep showing up. When somebody leave and take 100 people out of your weakest leg, guess what? That's what happened to me. You will keep showing up. You will keep doing it because you're willing to pay the price. If you pay the price for success today, you'll be able to pay any price that you see tomorrow. It's so worth it. Staying down in the process is so worth it. It's so worth it. Being a Chairman 50 is so worth everything that we went through when we deranked to Platinum 2000. Get my car repossessed. It was so worth it when my car got repossessed. So worth it. Because now we drive the newer BMW with all the cool gadgets and gadgets. It was worth it. It was worth it having the business fall back down to 40,000 in volume. It was worth it. Now we do close to 1 million. It was worth it. It was worth people leaving the business. It was worth I wish we had a chat box so somebody can say it was worth it. Somebody just said it out your mouth. It was worth it. Like, because everything you're going through is worth it. I promise. Because the process, everything you're going through right now can't compare to what lies on the other side. It's all worth it. I'm telling you. It's all worth it. So faith increases through knowledge, because I'm not the person that tells you to have faith and don't tell you how to build it. Faith increases through knowledge. That's the first thing you want to understand. See, the more understanding, the more insight that I have on faith, that determines the level of faith that I can actually operate in. See, if I don't know what faith really is and how faith truly works, I can only operate at a certain level of faith. If I don't understand the totality of how to build the business and how to show the plan and how to trade, there's only a certain level that I can operate in building the business, because I don't have understanding. I don't have knowledge. See, faith based on understanding is the key to freedom. There's no such thing as blind faith. No such thing. You want to dismiss that fact. You want to have your faith has to be on something that you can like put your weight on. Like, can you imagine a blind person going out to run? They're going to run right into something. All right. So your faith has to be based on some type of understanding, and it increases through knowledge, right? Gratitude is the accelerator, or gratitude gives faith or momentum to your faith. Gratitude gives momentum to faith. So I got faith, I know how to build it, but it's gonna be gratitude that gives me momentum for my faith to actually work and have a breakthrough and create the overflow. I'm so happy and grateful now. Gratitude creates expectation. Expectation and faith have to work together. I can't have faith for something without expectation of it showing up. And I can't expect something to show up that I haven't saw before without having faith to believe that it will. Right? So it's going to be gratitude that gives my faith momentum, but faith works through acceptance. So faith, knowledge increases my faith, or when faith increases with knowledge, faith, gratitude gives momentum to my faith, and then faith works through acceptance. See, to be successful in faith, you must not only believe that God is willing, you must not only believe that he's able, you must also believe that he is eager, sitting on the edge of his seat to give you your desire. To be successful in faith, you gotta be you gotta know that God is willing, able, not only willing and able, but eager. I love that word eager, because I have a son, and when my son is 9 months right now, and when I pull that bottle out, he is eager to get his hands on the bottle. So I have an idea of what eagerness looks like. So God is not only willing and able, but he's eager to give me what I desire, because desire means from the Father. So I have to accept that fact, and I accept that fact by participating with my belief in that. I participate to say, I believe that he's fulfilling every desire and every expectation right now in this moment. I'm so happy and grateful now, because here's the deal, guys. Everything that you want is already done. Like, God doesn't do anything new. Like, when something shows up in your life, it may be new for you, but he already created that. It's just sitting and waiting for you to continuously walk down the path. Like, when we say chairman is already done, it's literally already sitting there. He's not going to create it in the same month you go. No, it's already done. The people that you need are already there. The experiences, you're going to have them. The resources, they're already there. You just got to walk into them, and then it just shows up. That's why it's not about tomorrow and what's going to happen next year. It's like, no, he's doing it now because he's already done it. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm not so happy and grateful tomorrow. I'm so happy and grateful now. I got to accept that, right? Faith works through love. Number 4, faith works through love. See, it's not just, it's not enough for me to just love my organization. I got to love everybody. It's not enough for me to just love my family. I need to love everybody's family. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If I love this person, I was reading, and it said that it doesn't make any sense to only love people that love you, because even evil people can do that. You have to love everybody. So it don't matter whether they're on your team, somebody else's team, a sideline, upline, downline, cross line, it don't matter. Love the people, love the company, love the platform, love everything about what you do. Love your personal family at home with you, right? Love, because faith only works through love. See, faith can't work when there's hatred. Faith can't work when there's unforgiveness. Faith can't work when there's doubt in the heart. Faith only works through love. And see, somebody on the line tonight, your faith may not have been working for you because you have feelings of negativity. You have feelings of unforgiveness. So you wonder why my faith can't work, because you haven't forgiven people that you need to forgive. See, how you do anything is how you do everything. See, a lot of people think that it's just the business. No, there's something called an inner game to success. And the inner game to success controls everything that happens on the outside of me. So if I walk around with unforgiveness, doubt, fear, turmoil, negativity, if I walk around with all that stuff inside of me, my faith can't flow. I'm not an open channel for faith to actually work. And for faith to work, you have to be an open channel. Y'all remember when we were kids and we would go outside and go to the water hose, turn it on, and we would drink from that hose, and the water would flow freely. The water only stopped flowing when somebody stepped on the hose. The water only stopped flowing when the water hose was kinked up, right? So as long as the water hose was clean and laid out on the ground successfully and clearly, with no kinks, the water could just flow. You're the same way. Your faith only flows through you when you walk around free. Your faith only flows through you when you walk around happy and grateful. That's when your faith really works, right? So faith works through love. And again, faith is only provable through action. Everything that I just said goes out of the window if you're not working. Like, don't get it twisted. We work. We work. So not only do we understand faith in totality, but we understand work in totality. And because we understand both, we now have a successful balance, because success has a balance. It's 90% spiritual and mental and 10% work. So your faith has to work. Action is what makes your faith complete. I don't care who you talk to, what you read. If you don't work, it ain't gonna work. Faith without works is literally dead. That's what it says. So it's gonna be action that makes your faith complete. Faith is like a bike, right? Think about a bike. A bike only works properly when the bike is in motion. It only works properly when the bike is in motion. As soon as the bike stops being in motion, you gotta put your feet on the ground to keep the bike from falling. You gotta put the kickstand down to keep the bike from falling. But the bike only stands upright when it's in motion. So even when you stop the bike and put the kickstand down, it's still not upright. So even when you stop and say, I have faith, it gotta be in motion. You gotta work. You gotta show the plan. Literally, right now, quarantine, you should be showing the plan so much your mouth should be just dry. You should be FaceTiming people on Instagram, all that, showing up. Like, that's what I've been FaceTiming people on Instagram. Like, you finna get this. You tell me you're interested, I'm FaceTiming you right now. And I'm about to give you this work. Why? Because I've saw something. I've saw a vision in my mind that I 100% believe did not come from me, because desire means from the Father. And I believe that that's going to manifest. I just have to participate with my faith. My faith is provable through my action. But guess what? Who would I be to tell you about faith, but not tell you about the attacks on the faith? Because there's always going to be attacks, because there always has to be pros and cons. There's always has to be light and dark. There's always has to be positive and negative. So there's going to be attacks on faith. And the first attack is time. That's the first attack on your faith, the time. Oh, how long is it going to take? Oh, I've been doing the business for a year. I'm still not Platinum 2000. I'm still not a chairman. I've been working my face off, but I'm still not a chairman. Like, when is it going to happen? Here's the deal. The vision is for an appointed time. That's what it says. It's for an appointed time, and you're not the appointee of the time. Somebody else sets the time. All you got to do is keep working until your time has come. That's all you got to do. That's what faith is. Because here's the deal, guys. If you knew when it would happen, that wouldn't take any faith. Faith begins where understanding ends. So I can have a date written down for Chairman 10, but I don't know if it's going to happen on that date. I'm just believing for it to happen, but I ain't 100% sure. I can say that I am. But faith only works when you're vulnerable and you really don't know, because if not, why would we need faith? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what faith is. I don't know how it's going to happen. I just know God going to work it out. I don't know when chairman going to happen. I know that God going to give it to me. I don't know. I'm just doing the work to show that I really believe. That's what it really boils down to. So time is going to be the first attack to make you fold in faith. And then it's going to be your emotions. Like, emotion literally means energy in motion. Now, my question for you is, what kind of energy is in motion in your life right now? Like, what kind of energy is in motion in your life right now? Are you like that hose pipe with kinks and tightness in it? Are you an open vessel for faith to actually work and go through for you? So again, this is y'all thing. Big faith, overflow. So you got to understand that for that to happen, you need to understand the nuts and the bolts of that. So time, emotions, and then there's going to be distractions. Man, then there's going to be distractions. I ain't gonna lie, it's about to get real good right now. It's about to get real good. I'm about to bring this thing home for you in the next 5 minutes. I'm about to bring it home for you. So earlier in the call, I mentioned exposure. This is so good, man. Give me a thumbs up if you still tapped in with me, because I can see a lot of y'all. Just give me, if you still tapped in, all right, cool. Perfect. Because this is when it gets good. All the call just did was build up to this moment right here. That's all it did. It built up to this moment right here. So at the beginning of the call, I talked about exposure. And what I didn't tell you about exposure is that, number one, the right exposure will ruin all your excuses. The right exposure will ruin all of your excuses. I'm gonna let you write that one down because it's another point coming. The right exposure will ruin all your excuses. See, when you've been exposed, right? Remember, we wrote that down. I have been exposed. When you have been exposed, right, to something different, you now have no room. You now have no room for any excuse to creep in. Why? Because you have been exposed. I just got exposed to see John go platinum 5,000. Oh my God. I've been exposed. Let's clap it up for him. Platinum 5,000. Let's clap it up. All right. Congratulations, my brother. Right. All y'all have been exposed to that. Y'all have been exposed to other leaders in your organization. Go chairman. We all have been exposed to people like David Monetier, Alex Moore, and Bryce Thompson. We've all been exposed. We've all saw more. But you know what leaders do? You know what people that have a desire for more do? A good leader will always want to do what they have seen their leader do. Yeah, you want to start writing that down because it's about to get good. I'm about to bring it home for you. I promise I'm gonna bring it all the way home. A good leader will always want to do what they have seen their leader do. I saw my leader, Chad Thompson and David Monetier, make 6 figures a month. What do you think I wanted to do? Make 6 figures a month. I saw David buy a Bentley and give away a Bentley. What do you think I want to do? Buy a Bentley and give away a Bentley. The right exposure